Howdy, Possum Patty here, and I'm just journaling, so come on along. This is my little golden book, The Colors of Winter Journal. And it is almost spring, but I still have some winter journaling to do. And today's page is going to be about hot cocoa, which is very wintry. And I know somewhere in here I did a hot cocoa mix box as a page. But that's not what I had. What I had was this Silly Cow, Silliness by Nature, Chocolate Coconut Cream Cocoa Mix that my sister gave me. Comes in a really cute little dairy bottle. And then I had my large cup of hot cocoa I made with almond milk, so it's non-dairy. And then my other sister at Christmas had given me these Candy Cane Peeps. And basically a peep is like a large marshmallow in the shape of a chick. And this one had crushed candy canes on it, so I just popped it right in the hot cocoa. And it was yummy. So I want to journal about this treat. And I want to put this tag in here. And I thought I had a whole page of cocoa mugs, but I can only find a part of a page of cocoa mugs. So I bet you there's a page around here somewhere that has more cocoa mugs on it. But I do have a page of candy canes, and it was a Candy Cane Peep. And I do have this paper that has this really pretty image of a cocoa with marshmallows and a candy cane and a cookie. And I do have some papers with cookies on them. And I have a candy cane striped ribbon. So I have lots of things to work with here. So the main focus is going to be the photo. And I'm going to do something with the little, you know what I haven't done in a long time? I haven't made a tab. Oh, this is a short page. I can make a tab on here, can't I? Oh, and I could put something in here too. And then make a tab out of this. Put something on there. And this is a snowman mug, and this is a snowman page. I could go over here or here. So there's a lot of things I could do. I could cover this page also. I could put candy canes on that page. I need something to journal on. I should go find a journaling card. I know there's lots of them. Oh, I could journal on this though, right here. Let's see. I'm going to cut a page down to size. I think I'm going to cover up this girl and make these two pages sort of all coordinated, because look, the snowman's got a candy cane. The mug's got a snowman. I've got mugs of cocoa with candy canes in it. And this big one over here. So I'm going to turn the camera off just for a second and cut some of these papers down to size. Okay, I cut the candy cane paper over here. That was one major decision. And then I always get more ideas as I go along. So I cut a piece of ribbon, which I've lost already, to fit over here. I couldn't have gone too far, could it? And it's here somewhere. I'll find it. I cut a piece of cocoa mug paper to go behind the cocoa. I don't think I'm going to cover that. I think I'm going to leave that and cover the back with that, and then I'm going to put the tab on here And then I want to put something through this end here. And I was looking through the Christmas/winter box, and I have these little tiny jingle bells that I had bought. Oh, that's a beat. Little tiny jingle bells. I'll get one. Stand by. I'm doing really well today. Here they are. Little tiny jingle bells. I think I want to hang some little tiny jingle bells off of this little tab here. And probably use some wire for that. And I need to see what I did with my ribbon. Oh, and so my other idea was I took out the peeps. I still have a couple peeps left in there. They're still soft. They don't go bad too quickly. And I thought maybe I would paint a peep and put that somewhere. I put it over here. Because the cocoa is from one sister and the peeps are from another sister. And then having my cocoa and my peeps together, and that gives me something to journal about. So I'm going to try and get organized again, and then I will be right back. Well, my piece of ribbon was on the floor, under my chair. So what I'm doing right now is taking out the wire, because this is a wired ribbon, and I'm going to use this wire to wire up some of those jingle bells for my tab. And I am going to, I think, sew this on. So I will go over to the sewing machine and see you in a flash. I just did a white zigzag stitch down on that ribbon and glued the page in the book. And I'm thinking that I really like this mug of cocoa across from this blue and red Swiss Miss hot chocolate and a cookie. Maybe I will put just a tuck and then put the picture on a journaling card. I got my Calico Kitty here today. She wants my attention. I had to give her a little pet. So I'm going to cut this and glue this down. And I think I'm just going to, it's big, it's hard to get it under the camera here. I'm just going to freestyle this around like that. And put it there. I may freestyle this a little more so it kind of matches up with that. Alright, so we're going to come down to here. And now that I have it off that big sheet, this will be a little easier to just come down and go around the cookie like that. Okay, I'm going to glue this on two sides, the two straight sides, and leave this side open and make a journaling card. But I really like this together. And I use Fabri-Tac or something. This is Beacon Foam and Poster Board from the Dollar Tree. It's almost like the Fabri-Tac. Something a little strong for a pocket. I shouldn't glue on there. Get my ugly board. Oh man. I did that last time too, didn't I? I put glue right in the middle. I think it was from the same bottle. Yep, blobbing on the table, blobbing everywhere. I'm very messy. That is not working. Let's try a piece of newspaper, because the card that I used to spread the glue with was stuck on that cardboard. Okay, is there anything left in here? Yep. Okay, put the cap back on, put it upside down because it's almost empty. I'm going to put this right across from that. And thinking about what kind of journaling card to make. I'm going to go through my tags, I think. A lot of tags come with the Christmas paper. This is kind of Christmassy, but it's still winter. I'm getting ready to start some seeds. And I'm thinking, do I need a garden journal? Because you know, I don't have enough journals. And last year I kind of cosmic smashed everything all in the same journals, and I could do that again. It was funny because last year my New Year's resolution was actually gave myself permission to make as many new journals as I wanted to my heart's desire. And I really didn't make that many new ones because I wound up cosmic smashing all kinds of journaling into each journal. Okay, we'll let that pocket dry. And the other two things I'm going to do today is make the journaling card and make the tab for the Swiss Miss. Okay, I tore this page out of this book, Snowballs. I bought this at the library book sale. And I want to put this mitten as the tag. And then on the back I want to put this paper with the mittens and the stockings. And I found this tag that says, "'Tis the season to drink cocoa." I said, well, that's perfect title for the page. Feel like I need something down here though. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this down and make my mitten tag. I could put this down here. I'll find something for down there. Maybe some cookies. Oh, you know what? I've got this trim that has the hot cocoa mugs and the mittens and the socks on it. I could put a little piece of that down here. Or something. I got a lot of trims. Okay, one thing at a time. It's funny, I was so delighted to make spring journals because after winter we always look forward to spring, but I haven't finished my winter journaling. So, will I finish the winter journaling? Probably not. That's okay. I'll get as much done as I can. I don't think I finished my fall journaling or my summer journaling. But it'll all roll back around again. Okay, this is going to be the tag. And how do I want to do it? Now I'm thinking I should have put that down here at the bottom, but I was really liking it across from there. I could cut that. You know what I'm going to do? I am going to glue it down to here and then probably cut out that clothespin like this and leave that part poking up. Is there a direction to this? Not really, not really. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and glue this to this. I'll probably do that off camera. Did you miss me? It's tomorrow. I was working late last night on this and then I just stopped. I got up this morning a few minutes before Mr. Possum and I did a little bit more work. As you can see on this page, I put the "'Tis the Season to Drink Cocoa" and I found this little tag with the cocoa mug and the mittens. And I did my journaling on this little tag, "Silly Cow, Hot Cocoa" from Deb, and "Candy Cane Peeps" from Kathy. And then I decided I needed something sparkly at the bottom. And this is something I haven't done before. But I took the paper and I cut 3 strips. I'll put it upside down so you can see here. And I kept the pattern lined up, sort of, but separated them a little bit. So instead of just putting 1 little strip or 1 wide strip, I made 3 strips, but try to keep the pattern in line. And then because this ribbon is so sparkly, I did put some glitter Mod Podge on there. Can I get that to glitter? There we go. And I did work on the mitten also, because when I went to bed last night, these 2 pieces of paper were drying. I had glued this pattern paper to the back of the mitten, and I put my photo from the day, my hot cocoa with the Candy Cane Peeps. And then to continue this cookie pattern, I cut out some more cookies from this paper. As you can see, I'm cutting cookies out here, and this is the Peace on Earth Recollections from Michael's, and it's got all these yummy cookies on it. I thought that would go really nice with the hot cocoa. And this paper is the paper that I put down here at the bottom. So just kind of trying to pull all the elements together. And yes, this mitten is going to stick way out at the top, but I don't care. I like it. So now I'm looking at this page, and there's a few things I want to do here before I put this as a tab with my little jingle bells on there. And I thought I would again carry this over onto this page. I really like how this all goes together. Although in a junk journal, nothing needs to match. And we just do this for fun. So I made 2 more strips of this paper. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and glue these down, and then put some more of this Extreme Glitter Mod Podge on this side. And I did cut out more cookies, and I might add some cookies to this page too. But I have to leave room for my little tab. Should move the book over a little bit, right? Which will go on after. All right, which is hard to do because everything's sliding around. So let me just go ahead and glue these two little strips on, and then I'm going to put a little Mod Podge. And then on the other side of that, I'm going to put my peep. I decided I'm going to make a peep with some watercolor paper and put glitter on that too, because the peeps did have like crushed candy canes on them, and the sugar on the peep reminds me of the glitter Mod Podge. So I'm just using tacky glue. Sometimes it's just really fun to carry over something from one page to the next. So this kind of goes together. This side I used a different mugs though. Make sure that trim is on the cardboard there. And I'm going to take this small brush and just put on some of this Mod Podge. Like this. Trying to keep it somewhat on the trim. The last 2 nights it's been very cold. Feeling like winter again. I'm looking out the window and I can still see snow in the yard. But spring is coming. It's hard when you start a video one day and then continue it the next day, because I don't remember what I talked about yesterday. I'd have to go back and watch it, I guess. Glitter Mod Podge is a great way to use glitter without any mess. I guess glitter glue would do the same thing. Okay, I gotta let that dry for a few minutes before I do more work on this page. So I think what I'm going to do is go find a piece of scrap of watercolor paper and work on my peep. And I still have to work on my tag. So I got quite a few things to do yet. I sketched a little peep on watercolor paper, and I get out my watercolors, and which are close by because I'm working on my watercolor journal. So let's see. Now these peeps are mostly white, but they have these sort of candy cane flecks in them. And they're very sparkly with sugar. And they got little dots for eyes. So I am going to, oh, I just got sugar everywhere. Okay, I got out some shimmery paint and I'm going to mix it with a little bit of pink. And then I'm going to splash the speckles on there. Let's see. I decided I'm not going to put a black outline, which is what I usually do. I am just going to sparkle it up. A little more pink on that. I'm going to be cutting this out. And putting it on the back of the cocoa page. Okay, now I got a splash. So I get newspaper. Newspaper. My table is a mess. It's a mess, it's a mess. That's okay, I'm having fun. Okay, so let's make some sparkles. I gotta get a darker pink for the splashes. You can use a toothbrush to do this too. You know what, maybe I'll get a toothbrush. Oh, I got one right here. Wow, okay. So I'm rubbing the toothbrush in the paint. That looks kind of watery though. Let me dry it a little bit. And then you just take your finger or something and flick it like that. Take off some of the water. Get some more paint. Okay, I'm going to dry this layer. Just a little bit there. It says I want some speckles that look like that. Let's see if I can get that. There we go. Some darker speckles. Okay, I'm going to dry that. There's my Candy Cane Peep. And I know I'd use shimmery paint, but I think I'm going to just put a little bit of this glitter Mod Podge to represent the sugar crystal sparkles. And then this dries, I'll cut it out, and oops, that's not a little bit, that's a glob. I just used a black pen on the eye. I want to get a little Mod Podge on the pencil marks, because I usually go over pencil marks with black ink, because they tend to smudge. So I just want to seal in the pencil. Okay, I'm going to let that dry and go back to the page and work on my tab. Okay, I'm trying to figure out what to do with the tab. I think I'm going to put the tab at the bottom. Right there. And I took the wire that I pulled out of this ribbon over here. I took both pieces and just twisted it together. And I put on the bells, but they kind of all collapsed into each other. So then I put one of those red beads between each jingle, because the beads were in the bag already. And now what I'm going to try to do, before I glue that on there, is bring these wires together enough so that it will be flat inside this little tab here, like that. And just leave that like that. So let me get this out of the way for a second. I think that's too big. Oops, it's stuck together. I think I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. I'll take 2 off. That's funny because I was trying this out. I thought I'd make it a little bit bigger. Now I want to go back and make it a little smaller again. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so this has to be this size. I'm just going to twist this somehow. Zooming in a little here for you. Not really sure what I'm doing, but I'm going to twist these 2 wires together. Like that. Now, I need to make it a little bit bigger. Oops, am I twisting or untwisting? Okay. Alright, that's the right size right there. So now what I need to do is trim this off. The ribbon wires, the wires that come in wired ribbon, are pretty easy to cut with a large pair of scissors. I wouldn't recommend you using your best scissors for this. Okay, I'm going to put some fabric-tack in there, I think. If I get some out of here. And then press that down pretty good. I'm going to try and get that right into the crease. And I don't want that piece of wire sticking out, so I'll put that on the inside and just fold that like that. And there's my dangle. Okay, I'm going to hold this for a couple minutes and make sure that it stays. Okay, there's my little jingle tab, beads and bells, silly cow. So these pages are turning out very festive. Okay, Okay, I'm going to finish this up. Okay, a cup of hot cocoa has just turned into 3 journaling pages. But this was already in the book, so we had to go with it. Where's Mr. Peep? All right, Peep, 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 Peep. Look at my gorgeous Candy Cane Peep. But I just can't put Peep down on the page. Peep needs something. Maybe a little chickie nest out of one of these mittens, carrying over the mitten theme. This is colorful. Yellow, green, and red. All right, let me cut this out and see what I could do here. Make little Peep a nest, and I think that will be the last element. Okay, I tried out a couple of ideas. I tried the knit, and then I tried a branch, and then I tried a strip of candy cane paper, kind of like that. I think I had a bigger piece too. And then I tried, this is a scrap from cutting out the cookies, and making him a little nest. So now I don't know which one to use. Maybe we should stick with the candy cane theme. Okay, I think I'm going to stick to the candy cane theme because this is a candy cane marshmallow peep. And I'm going to make him a little nest out of some white embroidery floss. And because he's going to be sitting on some of this thread, I think I'm going to use a little three-dimensional dot behind him. So he's like a little bit off the background paper. So the first thing I'm going to do is to put a little bit of glue there. I got like 3 bottles of glue that are almost empty. Okay, I'm going to put that down on there. Okay. And the rest is going to go in front. So I'm going to put a couple of dots down on Mr. Peep. And I think I will use some extra glue on that too. Let's see, put one there, one there, one there, one there, one there, one there. How's that? I have these dots, I don't use them very much. I don't make cards. Okay, that's going to go down like that. So let me pull off the back. Oh, this has been a long session. Well, I started yesterday. But I did get 3 pages done. Again with the extra glue. And now to glue the rest of this thread down. Some up on top. One idea leads to another. I should push that down with my tweezers. Just stick my fingers in there. Keep forgetting there's not much in here. I gotta keep it upside down. Okay, then I'm going to let this dry, and then I'm going to cut them out and put them on the page. There's my little Candy Cane Peep in her little nest, and yes, I did add some red glitter to the white floss nest. It is still a little wet. It's probably going to take a while to dry. And I found this little thing of glitter in the drawer. So I just dumped some on because I had so much glue on there. So that is very fun. I like the way he's three-dimensional. And he's on the nest. It could be a she on the nest. Although some birds, the male does sit on the nest. I've got my little tab with my jingle bells and my beads. My silly cow, my cookies, and my bling sparkly border there. And more border and ribbon and a side tuck there. And my journaling and my title. And my mitten, which I turned into a card for my picture of my hot cocoa with a little marshmallow peep there. And more of those cookies to go with that. And this is a very fun 3 pages. And guess what? Mr. Possum just now made himself a, you guessed it, cup of hot cocoa and handed me this box. And so now I have another one. I can just keep on continuing this hot chocolate one for another page. And I just want to thank everybody for coming along today for this true junk journal page, because I do have junk on this page, and I want to wish everybody happy junk journaling. Bye-bye.